Hello, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of council, city staff, and members of the public. This is Alex Hamilton, Fire Chief. And before us today, we have the Assistance to Firefighter Grant applications. So the recommendation before the Finance and Governance Committee is that council adopt a resolution that ratifies the submission of 6 grant applications to FEMA Assistance to Firefighter Grant Program for $1,474,000, including a $134,000 local match for the purpose of procuring 4 paramedic monitors, a paramedic squad, EMS training equipment, radio reprogramming training, 8 tethered drones, and hazmat training. Further, authorizes the city manager or designee to execute grant agreements if grant funds are awarded to the city, and also authorizes the chief financial officer or designee to submit financial reports and grant claims for the use of match and grant funds and perform all other required financial actions. And finally, authorizes the fire chief or designee to submit non-financial reports. So just a little bit of background. The Assistance to Firefighter Grant Program is probably one of the largest grant programs available to the fire service, and it's administered by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The program is designed to enhance firefighter safety, strengthen emergency response capabilities, promote community resilience, support training and education, and encourage collaboration and innovation. So this year, the total award amount has dropped nationwide. Last year, it was around 330 million. This year, you can see there it's 291 million. And you can see some recent awards that we've had, but the City of Oxnard Fire Department has done very well over the years with these this particular grant program. So for our FY24 applications, the Oxnard Fire Department will be requesting, specific to our agency, would be a paramedic squad to replace the current one that's assigned to Fire Station 6, EMS training equipment to better enhance the training we can provide our firefighters, and then radio technician training. Separately, we'll also be participating in regional applications. And so for that, the Ventura Fire Department will be doing a regional application for all the fire departments in the county for tethered drones. Ventura County Fire Department will be applying for paramedic monitors. And then finally, the Oxnard Fire Department will be applying on behalf of the entire county for hazardous materials training. So the funding for the Oxnard Fire Department specific requests, the paramedic squad comes in at around $300,000. EMS training equipment will be $250,000, and the radio technician training will be $41,000. And so the paramedic squad and the EMS training equipment just continues to enhance our ability to serve the community. But the radio technician training is actually something new, but having the ability to have more of our firefighters being able to reprogram both our handheld radios and mobile radios that are in our vehicles. We have to reprogram our radios at least once a year. It sort of depends on when there's changes to the regional radio plan. But right now, we just don't have enough personnel trained to be able to do that critical function. And then you can see there for the regional applications. So for Oxnard, we have about 20 firefighters that still need the technician training, which is a minimum level of training that we'd like our folks to have. And then the 9 personnel that are assigned to the hazmat team, which is deployed out of Fire Station 7, they will receive specialty training around the air monitoring equipment that we actually use in our vehicles, give them a high level of training for that equipment. For Ventura County's regional application for paramedic monitors, we'll be requesting 4 new monitors, and they will be used in a community paramedicine program. And then last is the Ventura City Fire Department's application. We'll be requesting 8 tethered drones. So these drones would be affixed to our battalion chief command vehicles. And so they're essentially autonomous, so they don't actually need a pilot or a spotter because they are attached to a tether. And so, but you can put them up to 150 feet in the air and get much better situational awareness on what's happening on an incident. So you can see here, this is the breakdown of the costs of the project and the federal share and the local match. And while FEMA describes it as a 10% cost share, it actually ends up being a little less than 10%. And so you can sort of see, here's an example that's directly out of the match calculator that FEMA provides. And there's a link on the bottom of this slide where you can see how they do that calculation. So thankfully, it actually works out a little bit in the city's favor. It's just a little less than 10% that we end up paying as the local match. So for the fiscal impact, the grant funding and local match requested through the fiscal year 25-26 proposed budget, or potentially through the mid-year budget process, with a source for the local match coming from the general fund. The grant terms will be 24 months from the notification of award. And the only real ongoing cost would be the cost of maintaining and repairing the paramedic vehicle and training equipment, if indeed we were successful in those grant applications. That should be a relatively nominal cost. And with that, I would be happy to answer any questions that council or the public might have. Thanks so much for the time.